You are 35. You are standing in front of a cardboard box you haven't opened in 10 years. The one your mother kept in her attic. The one you carried into 3 apartments without ever untaping. Inside, near the bottom, you find an envelope. Your own handwriting, younger, rounder. It says open in 10 years. You sit on the floor. You open it. The letter begins, "Dear future me," by the 3rd line. You stop reading. The 25-year-old who wrote this sounds certain, hopeful. He makes promises on your behalf. You do not recognize him. You do not recognize what he wanted. You do not recognize the life he thought you would be living. Tonight, we talk about the strangest stranger in your life, the one who was always 10 years ahead of you. In the 2nd century after Christ, Marcus Aurelius sat at the edge of the empire and wrote, not letters to his future self, but something stranger. Letters from a future self back to the present one. He called the collection Nothing. We call it Meditations. The Roman emperor understood what Derek Parfit, 1800 years later, would argue with equations. That the person you will become is not simply you. Older, he is in the ways that matter a separate person. Someone you have to write to. Someone you cannot assume is on your side. The stranger you keep promising. Think about the last promise you made to your future self. You said you would start writing again. You said you would call your mother every Sunday. You said you would read for 20 minutes before bed. Instead of the phone, how many of those promises did you keep? Now ask the darker question. If your future self, the one you made those promises to, was sitting across from you right now, would he thank you? Would she? Or would they look at you the way you look at a friend who forgot your birthday for the 4th year in a row? You are always keeping promises for a stranger. Here is what Parfit argued in plain language. The you of 10 years from now shares most of your genes, some of your memories, almost none of your cells. He remembers your childhood, but hazier. He carries your debts. He inherits your body, the one you didn't stretch, the one you fed poorly, the one you kept awake on a bright screen until 2 in the morning. Parfit's point was not that you should love this stranger. It was that you owe him the same way you owe a neighbor whose mail you're holding. Not because you know him, because the mail is his. Marcus's answer. Marcus Aurelius wrote, do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Check yourself. While you have life in you, while you still can, become good. That line is often quoted as a reminder that life is short. But read it again. Who is Marcus talking to? He is talking to the person he will be tomorrow morning. He is using today's pen to correct tomorrow's course. The meditations are not wisdom delivered. They are a man, an emperor, pulling his own collar night after night, writing small reminders to the stranger who will wear his skin next. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The first person he needed to convince was the man who would wake up inside his body at dawn. The question, who are you, is not one question. It is at least 2. Who are you now, and who is the you of tomorrow? Who will inherit the consequences of tonight? The gap between those 2 is wider than you think, which is why the promises feel so easy to make, and so easy to break. You are not breaking them on yourself. You are breaking them on a stranger, and strangers are easier to disappoint. A promise to yourself is a letter you haven't sealed. So how do you keep a letter from becoming a museum piece? A note from someone who used to live in your body. 3 quiet mechanics from the pages we keep returning to. First, name the stranger. Marcus did it by writing to himself. Night after night, not in the mirror, but on the page. The page is the place where today can address tomorrow without pretending. They are the same person. Second, lower the bar. The 25-year-old who wrote your letter made promises that were heroic. Your 35-year-old hands can only keep promises that are humble. Read 4 pages tonight. Walk for 10 minutes. Call her on Sunday, even if only for 3. Heroic promises are a form of disrespect to your future self. Third, and this is Frankl's, each small choice is the letter. You do not write once and wait 10 years. You write every time you choose what to do with the next hour. Writing back. So you are back on the attic floor. The letter from your 25-year-old self is open in your lap. You could cry. You could laugh at him. You could burn it. Most people do one of those 3. But there is a 4th option. The one Marcus and Frankl and Parfit, in their different languages, are all nudging you toward. You can write back, not as a ritual, not as a self-help exercise to post on Instagram. Just write back. Take out a pen. Take a single sheet of ordinary paper. Address it, dear 45-year-old me. Now, here is the rule. You are not allowed to promise anything your 35-year-old body can't deliver. You are not allowed to say, I will be rich, or I will be famous, or I will have it figured out. You are only allowed to describe, in quiet sentences, the small things you will do this week. I will read 1 chapter a night before sleep. I will text my brother on Wednesday. I will not open the phone for the first hour after waking. The letter back is shorter than the letter forward. Then seal it. Put it in the box. Tape the box. Push it into the corner. You will not open it for 10 years. You may not even remember writing it, but the stranger you are writing to, the 45-year-old who one day finds that envelope, will not need grand promises. He will only need evidence. Evidence that on a Tuesday night in your 35th year, somebody sat on a floor and remembered him. Somebody took him seriously. Somebody for once kept the letter short and the door open. There is a reason Marcus's notebook survived, and the empire did not. Empires are for the present. Notebooks are mail to the future. Tonight, before you sleep, you do not need to solve the large question of who you are becoming. You only need to write 1 sentence. On a napkin, on the back of a receipt, on the screen of whatever you're holding, and address it to someone you have never met. Not to the person of your ambitions, to the person of your tomorrow. Tell him what you will do with the next 8 hours. Tell her what you will stop doing. Make the promise small. Make it survivable. Be kind to the stranger, who will wake up in your body tomorrow. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Good night from Midnight Pages.